Hello, divine friends. This is starting at Scorpio season. And starting with Scorpio season, what is Scorpio season? You know, Scorpio really gets misunderstood quite a bit. Scorpio is about fixed water, and fixed water is has the quality of perseverance. And you'll see a lot of the elements of fixed water in the Scorpio themes. So there's the archetypes of the magician, the sorceress, the shaman, the edgewalker, the healer, transformer. There's a lot of, I think the shadow side of Scorpio is what gets a lot of the focus and not the transformative, alchemical, and the light that comes through those shadows, remembering that the gifts are hidden inside the shadows. So I'm going to talk about them in the spectrum, including the shadow into the light, so that you can get really a nice feel of that transformative element of Scorpio. So Scorpio, there's a lot of emotions there, and it can span from emotional repression. As that grows, it grows into emotional depth. It's known for being really over intense, a lot of intensity. It never loses the intensity. It's just a different kind of intensity where it's not so overbearing. There's a lot of deep wounding in Scorpio, but through that comes deep and profound healing and transformation and the alchemy that is really Scorpio's superpower. There's always issues of power and control. And when that's transformed, it's really transformed into surrender, which is so powerful. There's also that, similar to the power and control is the abuse of power, manipulation, and even revenge. But through that comes a deep and profound loyalty. There's nothing like the loyalty of, a true friend in Scorpio. They can really be with you in the depths of, that emotional depth. They can go anywhere with you. So it's really powerful once you've been able to really tap into that magic of Scorpio. There's also this aspect of secrecy, distrust, maybe even paranoia. But again, that transforms into trust. Scorpio has that aspect of, well, not everyone and everything can or should be trusted, which is true, right? There's this aspect of crisis. Through that comes this, it's very survival based and instinctual, right? And that also transforms into our intuition, to be able to use our intuition for following your instincts, to survive, to thrive. There's this aspect of obsession, which again, that aspect of surrender. There's this aspect of detachment, letting go, release, and that's that water element again, right? To let things go, to let things flow. There can be this aspect of judgment, but through that can also come great compassion. We have that spectrum of isolation to intimacy, toxin to also detox, right? It's also the toxin can be the medicine as well. So this fixed water, right? It's time to tap into the ocean depths. The way to use Scorpio energy is really to take a bath. You can also, if you don't like taking baths, you can meditate with whale sounds, or even just meditating in darkness and quiet. You could do a sensory deprivation float in those float tanks. Or again, you can just create that sensory deprivation space on your own, blocking out the light, blocking out the sound, so that you can really tap into your own deeper intuition and wisdom, which is that internal space of Scorpio. It's the second eclipse season of the year. And if you've been with me for a while, then you know that eclipse season is kind of like this time being in a pressure cooker. Why do we say a pressure cooker? A pressure cooker cooks with pressure. that allows for rapid transformation. It's the intense pressure that allows the nutrients to really seep out. So it's similar to Scorpio. That intensity is, of the eclipse season is what allows things to break down, things to release, and allows healing to take place or transformation. So Scorpio, the eclipse, this pressure cooker, they're all very intertwining energies here. It's a time to tap into that Scorpio superpower, to heal deeply and transform it, to surrender to the healing process and to release. This is necessary for the healing to take place. If you are still holding on to, the wound, then it's not going to release fully and heal. It's an ideal time for shadow work. There's so many elements here. Black Moon Lilith, Pluto, Scorpio, South Node, making this a powerful healing for any shadow element, any karmic healing, past life, ancestral healing. This is the time. So if that's happening for you, know that you are just in line with the energy, aligned with where you need to be right now, to stand in your power without overstepping your realm of influence, right? So being really aware of what is your responsibility and what is not. Now, the time of an eclipse is really, it's not a time to do much. It really is a time to meditate, especially during the eclipse, Tuesday morning. You don't need to fill it up with rituals and things like that. Eclipse time really is a time to just be. Just having the intention of healing and releasing is just very powerful in this time. And if you did want to do something, I would recommend journaling or reflecting on what is heavy in your heart, what is restricting your heart, and ready for healing. And then I do a magic bath. This is something I learned, kind of a combination. I learned it from two people around the same time, from Coach Sarah Drury and my magic mentor, Verone Oracle. Basically adding things to your bath to make it special. I would recommend for this, especially flowers or flower petals. Flowers and flower petals, they're really portals, and they represent the heart, the blooming, the heart opening. I like to add incense or candles. If you have spray hydrosols, you can put flower essences in your bath. I would, people have different ideas around essential oils. I would just, you don't want any essential oils near mucous membranes. So, if it is probably a drop or two, or, it's not that big a deal when you have a whole bath full of water, but, just keep that in mind. They are very, very potent. So, but you can add flower essences in your bath, Epsom salt, sea salt, then you get the nice trace minerals. You can add herbal tea bags, and then you can play music or have it be quiet. And, so to represent the deep oceans, you can really play the whale sounds that we talked about, or you can just have it quiet and dark. I have been loving this dark meditation I do it in the shower to really help me tap into that deeper intuition and wisdom. Now, allow yourself to play and use your intuition here. Really just, there's no wrong answer here. So what stands out for you? What's like, oh, what would be fun? This would be great. So make it your own. You don't have to follow anyone else's thing here. Just do the things that you like. If you're like, oh, I want to bring crystals, I want to bring candles, I want to, things like that, just play around. It really is very important, the intention that you bring to it. So just whatever makes it feel magical to you and make it feel special to you is just perfect. So after you have reflected or journaled, you can draw up your bath with the intention of letting go, with the intention of healing, and purification. Now, this is a powerful ritual that you can use anytime, and it's especially potent this month with this deep water, the fixed water aspect. I'd love to hear how this healing exercise and ritual worked out for you. This is Rini, wishing you so much love and so many blessings from my heart to yours.